And rolling.
What now?
Yeah, rolling.
Okay.
Rocking and a rolling. Oop.
Were you rocking and rolling?
No,
I was.
you were doing wiggles.
Hi, so we decided to start a podcast and
Oh, this is the best start ever.
stop it. Start again.
What, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good... Hello.
Hi. Don't make me spit my drink. Hey.
Hello.
This is probably take 47 of us trying to do our first podcast, but we'll get there one day.
We did the whole thing.
We did. We got
It was
to the-
great.
Oh God.
And then we realised we didn't have the microphone where we needed it.
Sounded like a recording from the 1950s. Anyway, I'm Rachel.
And I'm Richard.
And we are both visually impaired.
Mm-hmm.
I've got no sight.
I've got a tiny bit.
Tiny bit.
Tiny bit.
Can I do how many fingers am I holding up?
You can try.
No, that would be mean. We've been together 19 years this month. So we thought, why not do a podcast on relationships? And I asked my friends and family for some questions on, if they had any questions about relationships. So I've got 3. The first one would be, where did we meet? So we'll start with that one.
Okay, so we met at school when Rach was 13, I was 14. We met at boarding school for the visually impaired.
La-di-da.
Yes, very posh.
It wasn't la-di-da.
No.
Well, it probably was la-di-da, we just didn't realise it then. It was really one of the only places for visually impaired kids though, wasn't it? There's only a few in the UK.
Yes.
So yeah, we met at boarding school. I didn't really know Rich. I'd heard of him, knew of him. He stalked me. Didn't you?
I knew what I wanted.
Right.
Stalking is not a very nice word.
Okay, sorry. Followed me around.
Much better.
For
I was in love.
For 2 years. Oh, bless you. And I didn't have a clue who he was. I just knew that he hung around with people that liked playing football. So yeah, one evening I was talking to a friend of mine and Rich came along and it was nearly my curfew and I had to be back at the house by this certain time. And he offered to walk me back. I didn't need his help. I knew where I was going.
I'm just such a gentleman.
But yeah, he was always a gentleman. How times change.
Or not.
Yeah, they do.
No.
Yeah, so he walked me back and the next day we ended up going rock climbing together, which was coincidence. So, you didn't have to stalk me the night before. You would have met me the day after anyway.
I didn't know that. And that was just a coincidence that I found you and Joe talking.
Was it?
Yeah.
Alright then. So, yep, we went rock climbing together. I would never let anybody beeline me while we were abseiling either. And then I let him do it. And he dropped me.
Ah, no.
You did.
Helped you down fast.
He dropped me.
Not all the way.
No, not all the way.
Well, there you go then. It's only a drop if you land on the floor splat.
Far enough.
Far enough. It's just like a ride.
I don't like rides. That's probably why.
Nice. Fair enough.
So yeah, then I fancied him. I was like, oh, I fancied this guy.
I see. A wild ride.
Oh, for God's sake. No. So, yeah, we just started spending all our time together, didn't we?
We did.
He played football. I didn't. But I wanted him to teach me because I wanted to spend time with him and I didn't know how else to do it because I was 13 and I was innocent and young. So, yeah, I made a fool of myself.
No.
For love. Yeah.
No, you were very good.
Right then, you say so. Yeah, and then it was the day of the cup final. That's right, isn't it?
It was World Cup final,
World Cup
2002.
2002, 30th of June. And 11:52. I always thought that sounded like a train time, so I always remembered it. 11:52 a.m. He asked me out. And I said yes.
And that's that.
Didn't I?
The end.
I didn't laugh, did I?
Do we want to go through that bit?
Yeah, of course we do.
I asked her out and she laughed at me. There.
And I told him to ask me again.
Don't know why I bothered.
Oh! Ouch!
Well, you wouldn't like being laughed at.
Oh, because you don't.
Well, that's different.
No.
That's when you're funny. This wasn't funny. I was putting it on the line.
It was a nervous giggle.
It was a hysterical
It was a nervous giggle.
giggle, wasn't it? It wasn't a giggle.
It was.
Bit more than a giggle.
Okay. So yeah, then we've been inseparable ever since. Which
We've been what?
inseparable ever
Okay.
since. Shut up. I've not had a drink. Promise. I just can't speak. We have 5 children together. So the next question would be...
Why?
No.
Oh, okay. No?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, there's 2 here that could probably come up next. Habits, or how do we find time?
What about habits?
Well, somebody asked, are there any habits that we had back then that that we changed and we wouldn't go back to?
No. Next.
Having kids.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. See, that's what I said the first time. It
Yeah?
was funnier
And you
then.
missed it.
Silly old retakes.
Yeah, but having kids. And
No, I would. They're awesome.
I wouldn't have any more.
Oh, well, not more.
Oh, right, yeah.
No, okay. I think we can go back, like, do it if you did to,
Oh,
had to do it
all
again.
I'd do it again. Of course I would. They're all amazing.
Yeah, no more.
We've got 4 boys, 1 girl, and yeah, they're amazing. There's 10 years between them, so it's hard work. That's
Mad.
An understatement.
It's fun.
It is fun. It's brilliant. But yeah, mornings are crazy. The meal times are ridiculous. It's like feeding a zoo.
And evenings are crazy.
Yeah.
In fact, everything's
It's just all
crazy.
crazy.
It's good when they're asleep. It's just not long enough. Because then we've got to go to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. No, honestly, I really don't think there are habits apart from you chewing your fingers, which you did used to do all the time, and now you don't do it very much.
You don't make me as nervous as you used to.
Shut up. That's not funny. That was funny at the
I can,
first
they're
time
all
too.
they're all laughing. I can hear them.
Can you?
Yep. All of them.
Alright, okay. No, we're quite boring. I don't think
We? Get stuffed with we?
I don't think we ever had habits though, did we?
I don't know. Do you not used to pick your nose?
No, I didn't! My dad would say otherwise, but that's not my story.
Oh.
That's Emily's story.
If they're all
Or maybe
recycling
Izzy's.
stories.
Is it maybe it's Izzy or Emily? It's one of my sisters. And my dad told their story at my wedding. I wasn't impressed.
I doubt it was Izzy. She was only little still.
Yeah, so it was probably Izzy. You know, he's got a memory like an old man.
He'll be listening to this now.
Like an old man. Didn't say he was an old man.
He is, though, isn't he?
Oh, brave behind the camera. Nah, bit boring with the habits thing.
Yeah.
Chewing your fingers, that's it.
Yeah.
Takeaways, we don't have them much.
No, but that, I would go back to that.
So would George. George is our oldest, and I don't know if it's normal for other parents, but it's constant. Can I have a pizza? Can we get a takeaway?
But
what can we have to eat? I'm hungry. I want
saying
to get
that,
this.
he is a teenager,
Yeah.
and we're talking about, you know, you said it was a habit we wouldn't go back to, but it was a habit we did a lot when we were teenagers, so
Oh, that's
maybe
true.
it's just a teenage thing.
Maybe.
To want to eat a lot of rubbish.
Nah, I still want to eat a lot of rubbish.
Okay.
Just more sensible. Sometimes. Catch me on a bad day, though. The next question would probably be, oh yeah,
There's only one more.
yeah, it was a long one.
Oh.
She tested my memory. She said, we have a lot of kids, which is brilliant, but how do we find time for each other?
By planning it,
Yeah.
by making sure we do.
Yeah.
Lots of people would say, that it's sad if you have to make time for each other. That it should just happen, or
Be
you should
spontaneous.
just be spontaneous. But life doesn't work like that a lot of the time. And I'd say we are even luckier than a lot of couples that might have busy work lives. We spend our time at home and together, and even then we still have to make that time. So I think it's very important.
It is really hard in the holidays when the kids are all off. And last year was very difficult because of obviously the lockdowns and everything. Oh my God. One day we'll tell you about homeschooling 5 kids. I think we need therapy.
Oh, was that not just a bad dream?
No.
Oh.
But yeah, we did have to really plan our time together. And there are weeks that go by and we just go, oh, we didn't really see much of each other this week.
But we're always aware of that
Yeah.
and talk about it. And that's
Yeah.
another thing. You need to talk about it and make the time to say to each other if I don't know, you feel neglected is the wrong word, but feel like you haven't seen much of each other.
Yeah, just feel a bit like, oh, I missed you.
Yeah.
Because he's right. We do live together. We spend 24/7 together. But if we've not, if
There's a difference between both of you shouting at the kids and doing the laundry and doing the cooking and getting them up and getting them to bed and
doing the shopping and doing the finances.
and actually spending quality time.
Yeah. And sometimes it's nice to sit and just watch something together or talk. We do a lot of talking.
We do. That's why we're here now.
Yeah.
This is just normal.
Yeah. Yeah, except we're talking to you lot, not like each other. But no, make the time. Even if it's just 2 minutes a day. We always go to bed together. We don't go to bed at separate times. We usually get up together. And then at times in the day we'll make each other a drink or just say, hi, how you doing? Well, not hi, how you doing, but like...
Hi, how are you?
No, but like, love you and have a cuddle. And
Yeah.
if one of us goes out, we'll still text each other.
We do.
We're like, love you.
Yeah.
Or looking forward to you getting home. Looking forward to a hug. Just nice things. Just kind of flirty, touch base.
Keep it real.
Keep it real.
Keep it alive. Keep it. Yeah.
Because there was a time where we were just cohabiting.
Existing.
We did just.
Parent.
Yeah. We were mates, best mates, living in a house together, parenting our kids.
That was all our time was.
Yeah.
That was our
And it was sad.
identity.
We didn't spend the evenings together. I'd do my thing, he'd do his thing. We didn't spend any time in the day together. It would just be sort the kids and then
And we let that go on too long.
Yeah. And
we got to that make or break situation, I suppose.
We avoided it, didn't we? We didn't want to talk about it because we loved each other. We didn't want to separate. We didn't really know what to do about having that difficult obstacle. All the couples we knew that had got into that situation had separated or just put up with it.
Yeah.
And we didn't want to do either of those things, but we didn't really know how to find that spark and how to kind of reignite the passion, I suppose. I think we thought, oh, the honeymoon's over.
Yeah, thought this is just what happens.
And this is it, but it was so sad because we didn't do anything. We told each other we loved each other, but that was it.
Yeah, I think that's the situation so many couples get into.
Yeah.
You hear about the honeymoon period, and I suppose because you hear about it, that's people's expectation. They expect that to end, and then when it does, they don't really know what to do.
Yeah, and they're sad. They grieve for
what they've lost, what they had.
And then they go, oh well, that's normal. Oh, that's just how it works. That's just what happens.
And then they get miserable and pack it in. A lot of people
give up
when there's still something that could be salvaged.
There could
definitely.
Be. And then we were lucky that there was for us. We found what we loved about our relationship, and we always try new things. We're not adverse to to try and to say, oh well, if that doesn't work, then we'll try this.
And it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. We don't hold it against each other if it doesn't work or if
just chalk it up to experience.
Yeah, and then we move on.
Yeah.
And we always communicate. We always, like, we don't go to bed on an argument. Never. If we do have an argument, which is rare, we'll make it up that day. We'll talk about it. Because I'm quite emotional, and I've had a lot of mental health issues over the years, and I find it difficult to process all my thoughts and feelings in one argument or one day of where we've had an argument. So we'll calm down that day. We'll talk about what we're able to talk about that day, and then if there's anything that I need to bring up the day after, or maybe the day after that, I've had time to let my thoughts settle and work out what I meant and what I wanted,
what was real,
what I wanted to say,
and
what I really meant, rather than saying things in the heat of the moment. We'll go back to it and calmly, we'll get a cup of tea, or we'll just sit and have a cuddle, and we'll talk about, well, actually that argument we had the other day, I actually meant to say this, and we always say sorry. Like if we know we've done wrong, we always say sorry, and just saying sorry to each other and giving each other a hug really makes the world a difference.
It does.
And owning when you've done something wrong, and not just being like, well, I'm sorry then. It's like, you've got to mean it.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the fact that we do these things, but we don't have to do them very often, it just says a lot to what we have managed to achieve and where we have got to.
Yeah.
I would say that years back, yes, it was a bad time, but since then and up till now, I feel in that honeymoon period still.
All the time.
Yeah, I don't, and I think that's just amazing.
Yeah, we're lucky.
We are.
But I think we're lucky because we've worked at it.
Yeah, didn't just happen.
No, of course it didn't. No way. We were, we would have split up if we hadn't had the kids, I think. We would have just gone our separate ways. But now we are rock solid, aren't we?
Definitely.
And we know how to talk to each other as well, and that's often what couples find difficult, I think, is how to talk. Because I was so scared of being judged, and I was so scared of being rejected for how I felt and what I thought. And I think you felt the same. You've had those insecurities as well.
Yeah.
But I think it's about, at the end of the day, you've just got to say what you're thinking and what you're feeling, and know that you love each other through that, regardless. I did have something else to say, but I've forgotten it now. I'm sure it'll come up again.
Absolutely. Oh, it's very serious.
Yeah. We'll get back to lightning.
I thought we were having a laugh.
Well, that was a serious question.
All right then.
That's how we make time for each other, because we know where we went wrong, and you've got to explain how you put it right.
Yep. And now we have a laugh.
And now we do.
All the time.
Yeah. And actually, to be honest, if we ever are angry or upset with each other, then I know the ideal is not to argue in front of your kids, but sometimes you'll just shout or say something you shouldn't. And it's so rare for the kids to see that. They'll be like, what's wrong? And I'm like, nothing. It's fine. We just had a bit of a misunderstanding, crossed wires. And I think it's really important for them to see that we do have that emotional...
That can happen.
Emotional maturity to have an argument.
It doesn't
and
have to be
sort
the
it
end
out
of the
and patch
world.
it up. And it doesn't have to go on. You don't hold grudges against each other. You don't say, yeah, I'm sorry, but... or... you always do this, or you never do that. And I really did say that a lot, and I really try not to now. So
yeah,
I think it's important for them to see that we've got a good relationship as well.
Definitely.
So yeah, we make time for each other. Oh, and we're not afraid of telling the kids either. Give us half an hour. We're going to spend half an hour together. You go and watch a film. I think a lot of parents get into that rut as well. You know, oh, I've got to spend every day with my child 24/7 and be there for them. But actually, I think it's healthier for the kids if they've not got their parents on their back all the time. And if they do say, you know, I'm going off to spend half an hour now. This is grown-ups' time, spending half an hour together.
Yeah.
Off you go and watch a film, or go and play with your toys,
Absolutely.
or play with your mates.
You know, you're there still. If anything goes
Yeah,
wrong,
we're only
you're
in
there
the
to
kitchen
sort
if you
it.
need us, or
Yeah.
we're only in our room if you need us, or in the garden. Come and get us if you want anything. And they do. They understand.
Yeah.
But I don't think you need to feel guilty about teaching your kids that you need to.
The grown-ups have to
You need to
work on their
You
relationships
need to grow
too.
the relationship with your partner as well as with your kids,
Yeah.
and it's healthy for them to see that.
And hopefully them seeing that will help them in their relationships.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think that's all our questions for today.
Cool.
Let's hope this one worked.
Yes.
I think we said this one better than the other one anyway.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I do think we said this one better than the other one. Don't you?
I don't know.
Why not?
Maybe. Yeah. It's.
What do you mean bits?
It was a lot of it was very similar, so I don't think it was better or worse, really.
For better or worse. Richard from Cora.